what's up, guys? Championship Sunday time. Welcome back to Dallas, Texas, in the 2013 MLG Winter Championships. Quick shout out to you guys who are in the audience, early squirrely. How many of y'all were in the audience last night? Wow.
It was crazy last night too, man. That live first poll went down to the wire. Game 5. Insanely exciting game. The audience was going crazy too. I was in the audience. I was almost going crazy myself.
Dude, I was shouting. I was standing up. That was awesome. Great job, guys. Keep it up today. Energy, I want it to be high all day long. You guys are great. So first of all, let's introduce ourselves. I'm Axel Toss, joined by AxLab, bringing you the Dr. Pepper pregame show. We can have some context about what actually is going on. I know some people might only watch Sunday, which is weird, but it could happen. So that being said, let's take a look at the bracket. Of course, 32-person tournament, single elimination, March Madness style.
Down to 8, though.
We're down to 8 players.
That's right. We have 4 Terrans and Flash over at the upper right side, Innovation at the bottom right, Bomber at the bottom left, and then, of course, last at the top left, 4 Terran players into round of 8. 3 Protosses, Party at the top right, Rain at the bottom right, MC at the bottom left, and our lonely Zerg Life is actually at the top left. I think it says Polt there, but it should be Life, of course. He did take that 3-2 over Polt in an extremely intense and exciting series. Look out for Life's use of Zerglings going on this tournament. That guy is so darn good with his Zerglings. It is absolutely insane.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not going to say these results were predictable, but it seems like everyone who should have won kind of won. Of course, we had some awesome matches between Life and Polt. And again, if you missed any of these matches, they're all available on MLG.tv or YouTube.com/official MLGSE2. So, you know, if you only watch on Sunday, you still have all of that nice goodies, the goodies in the games. Of course, if you missed it, you can go check those out. But that brings us to what's going on today. Of course, both streams will be running simultaneously to start things off. We're going to start off on Red Stream with the 2 quarterfinal matches, and then on the blue stream there are going to be 2 quarterfinal matches, or 1 quarterfinal match at a time. Does that make sense? So we're going to be starting here with Flash Parting and then Bomber MC. On the blue stream, we're going to have Rain versus Innovation, followed by Life versus Last, and then of course the semifinals, 3rd place, and grand final will all be on the red stream. So pretty awesome matches today.
There are. Every player in the round of 8 is insanely skilled. 4 players with a Pro League background, 3 from ESF teams, of course, MC representing the independent, I guess, I mean, non-Korean team, or I mean, SK, right? It's based not in Korea, it's Swedish, I believe. So, MC is going to be the lone representative of the non-Koreans in a way, although he's a Korean player, but we can all cheer for him anyway. Of course, he'll be up against Bomber, 2nd on the red stream. That's going to be a very exciting match. MC has looked so good this entire tournament. His series versus MVP looked very, very, very convincing. Of course, on a blue stream, we have Rain versus Innovation up first. Those 2 players, Innovation, 6-0 so far in this tournament. He is looking unstoppable right now. It's not just...
I mean, it might be STX players. Like, Last is 6-0 as well.
You're right, you're right. But the thing about Innovation, he's not like 6-0 like, oh, I just won 6 ladder games in a row.
No.
He 3-0'd, first of all, Huck. Huck is a 2-time MLG champion. Innovation 3-0'd him. His next round opponent, well, you beat 1 2-time MLG champion. Let's throw you another one with Lenok, who's won 2 MLGs, got 2nd in the most recent MLG in last Dallas. He 3-0's him as well. Innovation just will not be stopped, but Rain, I mean, Rain's one of the first players to come out and beat a top Korean Terran here in Jakshi. So Rain's looking very convincing as well. Of course, that's a 3-2 victory with Rain over Jakshi. Can he beat Innovation like he beat Jakshi? Well, Innovation's pretty much unstoppable 3-0, 3-0 track record keep going on.
Yeah, obviously these guys very practiced in the game, Starcraft 2. It remains to be seen like how much practice they've done in Heart of the Swarm, but they're still looking like really good. And of course, it might come down to mechanics. Of course, now we're starting to get to a point where you know, it's not necessarily Korean versus foreigner. It's not necessarily these different play styles that we're seeing, these different backgrounds. If we're talking about Rain versus Innovation, matches like that, these guys, they spend 12 hours a day or more practicing StarCraft 2 in their team houses. So definitely looking forward to that one. Rain versus Innovation. That's going to be on the blue stream. Definitely have both streams open and try to watch as much of both as possible. Of course, coming up next on on the blue stream is going to be Life versus Last. Of course, Life taking an epic 3-2 victory over Polt last night. And Last, another STX player that's 6-0.
Exactly. I mean, STX, Pro League in general, has been doing so well this tournament. There are 5 Pro League players who qualified for this event, or actually 6 if you count Flash, I believe, but 4 of them are still here in the round of 8. Life is doing very, very well so far, but Last is one of those like sleeper agents, because he's a player who has never traveled outside of Korea for StarCraft 2 event yet.
Yeah.
This is his first StarCraft 2 event outside Korea. A lot of people are saying, oh, the first event, they're not going to be used to the jet lag, they won't be used to, you know, the non-Korean crowd or whatever. Last is like, I don't care. I came here for one reason only, and that's to win games of StarCraft. And so, I mean, 3-0 over Stefano. People were saying if a foreigner was going to beat a Korean, it was going to be Stefano. Last saying, it's not going to be me, man. Stefano is not going to be 3-0 in an extremely convincing fashion. And of course, beating Killer, who actually, a lot of people would say, oh, he beat Killer, that's not a Korean player. But Killer looked so strong against Thorzane. And then when we went up against Last, it was just a totally different game, because Last is just on a whole other level.
Yeah, I was able to cast that one. I think I was casting that with Total Biscuit. It was pretty one-sided, and that's just because Last looked so good in those matches. Again, he's 6-0. Look out for him. But Life, again, taking out Polt. He's a scary character as well. Of course, on the red stream, coming up second is going to be Bomber versus MC. MC, I feel like this is another one of those tournaments where MC is like, you know what? I'm MC. I don't care what your records are. I don't care what your statistics are. I don't care what kind of history you have. I will beat you. He's showing some very inspiring PvT so far in this tournament.
He has been. I mean, ever since the WSS defeated Live convincingly, then versus MVP. I mean, I think, I honestly have to admit, I thought MVP would win versus MC. I have a confession to make. I thought he would win, but MC saying, you know what? I am the boss toss. I'm not to be taken lightly, and even into round 32.
Yeah.
3-0 over CJ Hero. A lot of people overlooked that, but CJ Hero has been in the top 5 of Pro League standings in the entire season of Pro League, pretty much. I mean, maybe like 1 week he dropped out there, but for 3 months straight, top 5 in the Pro League standings. CJ Hero is an amazingly skilled player, but MC just made him look silly. Yeah,
and it should be interesting to see how that match goes with Bomber. Of course, Bomber, a guy who's always going to be in every conversation regarding, you know, who's going to make a run in this tournament. He's so methodical, so strategic, has ridiculous mechanics. He nuked his own army. He nuked his own army yesterday and still won the game. It was a match versus Ghost User. Again, if you missed that, check it out. I think it went to like an hour and 20 minutes. Just a crazy, crazy back and forth match there. But you know, Bomber's going to have some research material to work with, because he was able, I'm assuming he was able to see MC versus MVP, obviously a PvT he could definitely take a look at MC's openings, Stargate openings, and say, all right, what can I do to kind of, not necessarily directly counter it, but be a little bit more safe against what MC is able to throw out early.
I mean, that's something Bomber's going to look at, but MC has so many different potential builds he can throw out, right? We saw him use the Oracles last night, but in the past we've also seen him use Blink Stalkers. He's seen him play Macro. His Templar usage is probably the most phenomenal aspect of this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I almost don't want to say it because he's phenomenal at doing everything, but especially his Templar usage. Anyways, before we get to MC versus Bomber, the match we're going to have in just a few minutes on this stream is going to be Flash versus Party.
Flash versus Parting is what's going to start things off, guys. I am super pumped for this one, and I just want to precurse everything today by saying get on Twitter, #MLG. I want to get it trending worldwide, and I feel like if we do it throughout the day, if we all get on Twitter and #MLG, we can really get the esports movement out there, you know, get people excited about what's going on, because when they see #MLG, like, what's going on? Well, why is everyone hashtagging? I don't know what that is, because there's people out there who don't watch StarCraft.
Everyone knows who Flash is.
Right. So you can hashtag Flash.
Yeah, hashtag Flash, and then put a comma, put MLG in right after that, or I don't know how Twitter works, but I'm sure that'll be fine.
If you don't know how Twitter works, why are you giving Twitter advice, Axlab?
I don't know, I just like to do it. Flash versus Party, though, is going to be an exceptional match. Flash, I have a confession. Versus Bly, I was like, he showed a weakness. And then versus Rat, though, I mean, people are like, oh, he hasn't played another Korean yet in this tournament, but Rat was looking insanely skilled. And I was even talking to Rat last night, and he was saying he felt he played a really great game. And from watching those games, I can say I felt Rat played as good as almost any Zerg I've seen yet in his tournament play. But Flash's macro is insane. But that's standard. Everyone already knows his macro is insane. What was super crazy, check out the Planet S game. If you missed it, MLG.tv, check out the Planet S game, because Flash was microing 2 different bio Widowmine armies on the same side. The Widowmines were being buried at the right times. His bio was playing perfectly against Banelings at the right times. He's always backing up at the right times. 2 armies at the same time. And of course, his Flash, a perfect macro in the background as well. It was a phenomenal sight to see there. I mean, I've always been impressed with Flash, but that game in particular really, really caught me as just showcasing his amazing talent.
Now, Flash against Parting, this is going to be his first match of the tournament against a Korean player, against a non-foreigner player. So it should be interesting to see how can adjust to that. And of course, it's his first match against a Protoss. He's played 2 Zergs so far. This is going to be his first time against Protoss in this specific tournament. And he was very vocal. He was very transparent as far as his Heart of the Swarm practice was concerned. Those win rates are ridiculous. Actually, Terran is 100%, Zerg is 33%.
So the win rates there, you can see there on actually the right side of that stat. There's not that many games played because it's all based on his international record.
Right.
Flash in Starcraft 2 has not played that many international games. I've only been to the one MLG so far. Beyond that little separate bracket we have for the Castle players over in Anaheim.
Right, and going against Parting, back to my point. Parting's a guy. He has perfect timings. He grinds out builds. He knows exactly what he's going to do. And I'm interested to see what kind of Heart of the Swarmish stuff are we going to see from Parting. Are we going to see oracles? Are we going to see the Stargate openings that are popular? How much Mothership Core usage are we going to see? And how prepared can Flash be for stuff like that?
Party has a lot of different tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah.
We saw him in the WS, the Winter Season Showdown match, take out Fantasy 3-0 with very convincing play. We saw him beat Jockey 3-2, and this is something a lot of people have said that Terran is very difficult to beat in Heart of Swarm. Parting is pretty much our first player to beat a world-class Korean Terran, and besides other Korean Terrans. So Party has done very well so far, but the one thing you can say is he struggled a lot against Jockey. How is he going to do against Flash? Because Flash is a whole nother monster there.
Yeah.
Jockey, amazing micro, but Jockey plays a lot of early game-based tactics. Flash always plays for that late game.
And of course, remember, these guys, it's a best of 5. If you lose, you're out of the tournament. If you win, you're getting deeper and deeper into the prize money, closer and closer to winning this thing. This is the trophy given to the champion of this event. That being said, guys, that concludes the Dr. Pepper pre-game show. Coming up next, it's going to be a best of 5 between Flash and Parting. Tell your friends what's going on. Call everyone you know. Tell them to wake up because this is going to be amazing. Go on Twitter, hashtag MLG. Let's get it trending everywhere. You can tweet at us if you want. I'm at AxelSauce. He's at ISAxlab. Let us know your predictions for the game. But guys, again, we're going to have a short break. But when we come back, it's going to be game 1 between Flash and Parting.